What's up, everybody? Max Cavalera here, Soulfly in London. You're watching Metal Wani. Stay metal. Oi!
Carl and Fernando for Metal Wani. We are delighted to be here with Max Cavalera from Soulfly at the O2 Islington, London. So first thing, thank you very much to be with us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So you've been traveling across Europe for the past weeks now, so how has been this experience this time?
Amazing, man. Most of the shows are smaller, apart from festivals, because we are doing a bunch of festivals too. So all the smaller shows are sold out and packed, like France with 3 shows, hot, super hot, but great shows, a lot of people. And the festivals are really cool too. We're doing a bunch of different ones. We did one in Germany yesterday. We were the only metal band on the festival, which was strange, but the crowd really liked it, so it was a good show. We also played Crete for the first time. We flew there, beautiful island in Greece, and it's been very exotic shows on this tour. The first show was in a forest in Sofia, Bulgaria. Then we play a castle in Belgrade, the Kalamagda. Then we play a boat in Hungary, inside a boat, and then the ruins of a Roman fort in Crete. So all these
pretty exotic trip,
exotic locations, and then a lot of small clubs and the typical hot show, but really good. So I'm excited now. That's the UK, and then we have a couple more festivals, Turkey and Belgium, and then we go home, get ready for a US tour, long US tour, and then hopefully come back here in January.
Yeah. So you've been playing some of your new tracks already?
Only one.
Only once?
We sold our social metal.
Yeah. So before you talk about your new album, just coming back a bit to the past, it's been 2 decades now since you started Soulfly, nearly 2 decades, and you stopped Sepultura, which were really successful at that time. So what was the thinking behind Soulfly?
Not much thinking, there was not really a major plan. Just want to continue playing music, for me was the most important was that I carry on making metal and playing metal that I like, and Soulfly was what I found to do that at the time. I didn't know I was going to have other projects like I have now, Cavalera, Conspiracy, and Killer Be Kill, but Soulfly has always been my main thing, and I really like what Soulfly has brought to the world. I think it's 10 very diverse records and killer guest appearances on a lot of the records, and has fans all over the world, huge legion of fans. So yeah, Soulfly is kicking ass more and more. Every year gets better and better.
Musically, it's fair to say that Soulfly always been pushing the boundaries of what people call metal, incorporates different world music such as reggae, tribal or traditional Serbian music, just to cite a few of them. So how do you decide of what's you're gonna include on the albums and what instrument you want to use and things like that?
Yeah, that just happens naturally. I just let it take shape. I mean, every record was kind of happened, like Prophecy just happened that I met the guy's Iceburn from Serbia, and I ended up going there and recorded with the Gypsies, and became something else because friendship with other people. You know these people, they know these people, and they tell you about this and tell you about that. You end up bringing more stuff, into your. I like to do more, The last couple of Soulfly records have been very, just more metal, especially Enslaved, Savages, and Archangel are more focused just in metal. Especially Archangel is the most metal of all of them. But in the future, I like to travel again and do more exploration with music.
Getting back to the new album, It's less than a month now before the release of Archangel 10 studio album, which is gonna come out on 14th of August on Nuclear Blast. So how did you come around this album, or how was the process like?
Yeah, long, we took a long time to write it, to get it right. I wrote the riffs first at home, and then I went jam it with Zion, and we got the songs almost ready with Zion on drums for like a month, and then we found the producer Matt Hyde, great producer, and then we entered the studio in January. Yeah, I think the 2nd of January was right after New Year's, and started working on the album, and we never stopped, and the cool thing is that we recorded all the music first, and then I went on tour with Cavalera and came back a month later to put vocals on it, and so it gave me time to sit with the music and have vocal ideas for the record, which I think helped.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for Archangel because I think it's a very strong Soulfly record for a 10th album. It's very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yes, actually your first single, We Sold Our Soul to Metals, has been already well received, and but it's something like this track is like an anthem to anyone who calls themselves like a metalhead. There is a little contrast about the rest of the material, which is strong poetic lyrics dealing with strong issues like violence or religious states in the world. Do you see metal as a kind of spirituality?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of really cool stuff in metal that people sometimes don't even think about it or don't realize it, But I think even the love and the passion for metal is almost religious in a way. Mm-hmm. We like it so much, it's almost like it's a religion for us, For me it is, I like metal so much that I consider to be one of my religions is metal, And that's why I decided to write We Sold Our Souls to Metal. After 30 years of playing metal, I never did a song in honor of the music that I love. So I borrow from Black Sabbath, We Sold Our Souls to Rock and Roll, put the metal in there, make a song that has some kind of Cannibal Corpse, Black Flag music in it, and it's perfect. And we are playing every night, and people are loving it.
Mm-hmm. I could sense actually some kind of death metal in some of the new album songs.
Yeah, from the stuff I listen to, I like a lot of underground metal. I listen to, from different parts of the world. I like a lot of French bands like Order of Apollyon and Death Spell Omega and Benighted. Mm-hmm. I like other things like Malakesh, and Demonic Resurrection and Nerve Cell. And from listening to all this stuff, you have great ideas, so that all comes in the records, So I think it's fair to say that the music of Archangel is very heavy influenced by death metal, even black metal a little bit, but mostly death metal.
Mm-hmm. Since your collaboration with Mark Rizzo, I found every album to get more and more mystical sound to it. So how did you get to that sound?
Well, we worked together a lot and worked really good,
Mm-hmm.
It's a process of putting the two guitars together, because I write the riff and then Mark plays something similar to my riff on top of it, and it fits together like perfect, So it's really cool to see the Soulfly song come to life. Song like Archangel or Sodomites. All the main riffs that I wrote are there, but also there's some new stuff that Mark helped me in the studio with it. So, and plus he got all the cool guitar stuff that he does, and then all the solos, they're brilliant, He's a great guitar player, so it's a really good I think in a way, me and Mark are like the backbone of Soulfly. We are the two guys that carry Soulfly, everywhere. And now we have Zion also helping, and Igor is playing bass on this tour. Is great. Tony did a great job on the album, but left right after. But it's great. I think it's good teamwork, good chemistry in the studio. Especially me and Mark. We know each other for 10 years now, so we know what to expect.
Yeah, I think it's working very well so far. Archangel reaches just about 35 minutes, shorter than any previous albums. So why would you say this is?
That just happened. I don't time the songs, so I'm not into that. I didn't even knew it was shorter until somebody told me, and then I realized, okay. But maybe that's kind of good, because I think people attention today is short, with the internet and distractions. Not many people can stay with a record. If the record is an hour or more, it's difficult to listen to the whole thing, So maybe if it's 35 minutes, you can actually listen to the whole album. One guy actually told me that he heard the whole record and it was done and he wanted more, It was too short for him, he wanted to hear more stuff. So I think that's good, like leaves you wanting more, rather than too much, So maybe it worked out good for this time, but it was totally accident. I had nothing to do with the timing. When I write the songs, I'm not.
It just happens.
I'm not to worry about how long each one or how long the whole thing together is gonna be. That's out of my control.
Finally, from Sepultura to Soulfly, you have seen a contribute to the development of metal throughout the past 3 decades now. So how your sense of current state of metal?
I think it's good, I think apart from record sales that are still not good and it's still hurting all the bands, apart from that, it's doing good. I think what I like about metal today is coming from different parts of the world, like Israel, India, Dubai, Tasmania, Italy, France, It's not only America anymore, so it's cool to have great bands coming from different countries like that and doing good, and there's plenty of great records that came out, Malakesh last record was great, Benite live album is great, Behemoth Satanist is great, so a lot of good records have came out. So I think metal is in a good place today.
We're done, pretty much.
I think so.
Huh?
Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah. Been through everything. Just this one, but
Do you want to do that one
put it
then?
in red, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the one that you really wanted to ask.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, I wasn't sure.
Thanks, Max.
If you look at the Soulfly catalog, you have been working with a very various range of musicians, with some of the giants of the metal over the years. Would it be fair to say that Soulfly is not so much a band collaboration between you and various musicians over the years?
It is both. It is a real band, because we make tours and make records under the name Soulfly, and we have the logo and everything about Soulfly is like a real band. But at the same time, I love this idea of collaboration. I like it in Sepultura. We started on Chaos AD with Jabba Biafra, and then we did more on Roots with Mike Patton and John from Korn, and continue with Soulfly with Tom Araya on Primitive, Chino from the Deftones, Corey, Slipknot. And it doesn't really matter how famous the person is. I think it's more about the love of the music, and we have many people like, we have Travis from Cattle Decapitation, and we have David Vincent from Morbid Angel, which is more death metal. We had, Neil from Clutch, which is more rock. Mitch from Napalm Death, grindcore. This new album we have Nails, Todd from Nails and Matt from King Parrot, newer bands. So there's still musicians out there I want to work with. Like, I love to do a song with Tom Warrior from Celtic Frost, Triptychon, or Millie from Creator. I like that thrash era, or Phil Anselmo, and then older guys, Ozzy or Lemmy Kilmister, it'd be great. So, even Willie Nelson, it'd be kind of cool to do something metal country madness. So I'm up for all kinds of ideas and collaboration. I love collaboration. I love work with other musicians. It's magic that happens, so and it's really cool for me to interact with the guys I fan of. I'm a fan of all those guys, so for me it's killer.
Cool, thank you very much, Max, for your time and to talk to us. So we appreciate it. Have a huge success with the Archangel tour.
Thank you.